It's like, is she okay? What happened?
Sir, you're gonna need to stay behind this line. We are still.
Just tell me what happened. Just tell me what happened to her.
Sir, I cannot give you that information right now.
Can you at least tell me she's okay?
Need you to calm down,
Can
sir.
you at least tell me she's okay?
I'm gonna need you to calm down, sir.
Can I roll a persuasion or something?
Yeah, you can. Absolutely.
Happy Friday, friends! Styles and Jen, thank you so much for your resubbing. I appreciate you, friend. We're close to a hype train. 62%. Oh, there's an echo. It's whatever. You can hear myself twice, I don't care. It is I, DM Daddy RPG, here to play and bring you fun times with my bullshit and shenanigans instead of running games. That is done by JenOfThieves on this wonderful Friday through this season 4. We are joined tonight by Ainsley, GDI Ainsley, playing Sophia, Marvin, portrayed by Glenn Dizzle, Jade, portrayed by Chi Chai T, Ulrich Vonner, not Von Lichtenstein, portrayed by Styles08, Johan, portrayed by Wormsmith. Yeah! Perfect. Welcome back, Johan. We missed you last week, and we are happy to have your return. And of course, I am playing everybody's favorite Toreador, Victoria York. Fix my jacket. The things, the social medias, Discord, guys. It's an exciting time over in Discord. We have signups for the first games of 2024. We have the return of Rise of the Phoenix, an ongoing Werewolf the Apocalypse campaign that was the second game I ever streamed. Werewolf is the thing that I do best, with Hunter being a very close second. So if you would like to potentially play, you got to go over there. We also have a Everyday Heroes campaign of Highlander that's going to be being run by JenOfThieves. Yes, that's right, Highlander, like Beheading, The Quickening, The Game, etc., etc., etc.
Bad wigs and romance. Let's go.
The only one.
Connor McLeod is the superior McLeod.
I'm not having this argument on stream. We'll yell at each other in the kitchen like civilized adults.
Okay, that's fair. And the other game. Oh, and right, Excelsior, our X-Men Evolution kind of angsty 90s teen mutant drama series, which will be our Saturday morning serial stream, our 12 to 3 slot. So those are the games. If you would like to sign up for them, you got to come over to the Discord. It's in the announcements thread. You click on that, you fill it out. We're also looking for people that can't commit to full-time games, but if you'd like to be a villain in the Highlander game, Jen is accepting the roles of antagonist for people that can't commit to a full season. So yeah, a little PvP, a little action there. There's YouTube. Of course, YouTube, everything gets edited and uploaded over onto YouTube. If you're not following, liking, subscribing, whatever it is over there, punch that bell and give us a subscribe. Give us some commentary, please. I appreciate it. And Patreon, give me your money. We have new games, need new books, etc., 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 etc. New merch. A lot of people got their merch from last season this week, and a lot of people really appreciated the sleep masks, the horror themed sleep masks.
It was actually a surprise. I thought people would hate them.
I think one person does, based off his face right now.
When you wake up at 2 a.m. in the morning and turn over, and that's what you see.
Beautiful. I'm happy to see that they're being used right. All right, that is all my stuff. I am transferring my power over to Jen and character.
I'm just gonna get immediately mad again, huh? I'm gonna help. You can start recaps.
Recaps. Everybody is a liar and or a snitch and or something, and they're terrible except for Johan. Johan hasn't wronged me yet. Boom. That's what happened. Yeah.
Succinct. What do you want to do tonight?
Save my freaking grandsire.
Okay. Ulrich. What'd you do?
I upset the prince. The prince is very mad. Don't lie to the prince. Don't try to wordsmith your way around the prince because it upsets the prince and Victorio and two people you don't want to be upset with you. So definitely learned lessons last week, and
what do you want to do
this week? I'm looking to figure out how to make amends with everybody.
Oh, look at you growing and changing and whatnot, or learning to be smarter with your deception. Same thing is this vampire. Sophia.
We have a herd.
So, last week we investigated a crime scene. We didn't learn too much, but we got a couple pieces of evidence, one of which is a cat. And then police showed up, so we left. And then at the very end, we found out that Gather is being raided by police. So what Sophia wants to do this session is save as many people as possible. Well, as many kindred as possible. Mortals, she doesn't care.
Humanity form?
She will kill every one of those police officers if she has to.
Oh, also important. Johan, I got your spleens.
Hell yeah.
Yes, you do. Your spleens are back at the Haven.
Marvin?
My turn now?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't hear my name until you whispered.
That's
yeah, it was. Anyway, so yeah, we let's see, I talked to the sheriff for a minute. I don't think he was too happy about that. But he's not usually happy when he talks to me anyway. Then we all got up and we because Victoria said, "We're done, we're leaving, we're going home. I'm taking my toys, we're going home." And so we did.
In direct opposition to the prince's orders.
It's fine. He texted her.
She stopped me, and we had a full-ass conversation.
What do you want to do tonight, Marvin?
Marvin wants to make sure everybody stays okay. Everybody in the coterie, we need to stay okay. I want us to make it through another night.
Night's almost over.
I got a bad feeling about this last few.
And finally, Jade.
I mean, I went with Sophia to the apartment, got a new cat friend, who definitely didn't try to bully me or anything like that. Took it home with us. Yeah. As far as what I would like to do, hopefully not cause more stress on Victoria. And also, hopefully at some point I'll be able to figure out what's going on with my mom.
Hopefully.
Maybe.
Maybe. Possibly. All right. I did want to remind everyone so that Ainsley isn't shouting it out all across the game. You can do two things. You can do a rouse check for 2 extra dice on one specific roll. That's called a blood surge. You can do it whenever you want, as long as you're not too hungry. And 2, you can spend a superficial willpower for to re-roll 3 dice. Up to 3 non-hunger dice on any roll if you don't like your results.
Which notably can include successes. Because if you have a critical on a normal and a critical on a hunger, that might be worse than just failing the check.
I mean, it'll succeed, but it's fine. Things are dangerous. Shit happens. There's no.
It's called a messy critical for a reason.
Yes, don't worry about it. A success is a success. All right. So, last we were together, I received word there was some kind of kerfluffle at the art gallery. Victoria rushed out the door, and we're not starting with that. We are starting with Johan. Little bit of a rewind. Since you were not here last game, basically Michael, the sheriff's school, escorted you out of the condo before anyone really got a chance to investigate because he had a project for you. And apparently only you. The remains of Elder Hardison had been found, and that's where you were going to go. He leads you out of the condo, down to his own car. It's kind of like a shitty, 2002 Civic. Payroll. It was not super high when you're a detective also working for the vampire sheriff. Do you have anything you want to say to him on the way to the new location, or you just kind of riding in silence?
So he hasn't been to the site himself, or has he? Is he investigated?
He seems to know where he's going, but he hasn't seen what you are both going to see yet. If you mean the condo, he's been all over the condo.
All right. I will ask if there were any signs indicating what could have triggered the frenzy, any signs of a fire or burn marks, any signs of human-initiated conflict, gunshot, bullet holes, the like.
No fire. The only gunshots we found were in an apartment a floor down. I'm thinking they were defensive. We think it started in his apartment. I mean, I kind of know what might make you guys lose your shit. But there was no fire. The curtains were drawn. It was after dark, so it wasn't the sun. There was a whole fucking lot of blood, but I don't know if that was there before or after.
Most likely most of it after. Still
Probably.
interesting.
We're thinking his ghoul Brian was the first to die. Succumb. Sure.
Well, I will look into it when I arrive. I still have the hypothesis that someone could have driven him to frenzy for reasons of court politics.
I don't know much about that, but is there, I don't know, some fourth, fifth way to make one of you guys go bonkers?
Aside from fury, hunger, or fear, there are, I believe, certain sorceries that can induce it.
Well, that sucks. You ever lose your shit?
A few times. In earlier nights, none so messy as this.
Yeah. Yeah, this was rough.
Indeed. I think he will just keep his silence and then until...
Yep. Michael pulls up to the front of a little standalone, rundown-looking Mexican restaurant. Dos Amigos. The place is closed. There's not any other cars in the parking lot, and it's not unusual because we're going on probably 3:30 in the morning now. If it was operational, and it wasn't, but if it was, it would be shut down already anyway. He gets out of the car, waits for you to join him, circles around back to unlock the door by the dumpster to let you both in.
Johan looks around the place, just checking to see if it's an obvious trap.
Okay.
And then follows him in.
You can go ahead and roll wits awareness if you'd like. 3 successes. There's nothing unusual as you cross the parking lot around the back. The dumpster's empty, so it's not really unusual, but either the place hasn't been operational in a while or the trash was just picked up. He opens the door. It's locked. There's no signs that someone has broken in ahead of him. No lights on inside. He turns a single light in as he steps in, and the only sound you really hear are the humming from like the walk-in freezer and the ice machine. Just normal kitchen sounds.
So it's a front but not a trap. Johan will follow him inside.
Okay. He leads you right to the kitchen, right to the ice maker, where he kind of uses his key to pry the metal base of the ice maker open. Flips that open, and inside there is a large evidence bag. Nothing's been sorted. It is just a single bag, but it's clear, so you can see through it that there appears to be some clothing, some personal items, a lot of dirt and dust, and some chunks of bone.
Did these all belong to the elder, or are these from residents?
Thinking it's the elders. I mean, there's not double skulls or anything. We found it in a sewer about 1.5 miles that way, 2.5 miles from the condo.
I see. So likely his. And Johan is going to take the items out on the table and sort of look over them, try and reconstruct a bit of a better understanding of the elders on life, who he knew, what his interests were from those objects.
Okay. So you start to pull items out, lay them out in front of you, sort them however you would, just to catalog them better. You kind of have to brush dirt and bone dust off of some of the stuff. But as you lay things out, you've got basically a full outfit: suit, pants, shirt, jacket. It's relatively nice. You've got a wallet. You've got a little pile of jewelry. You've got 4 different cell phones. And you've got a small set of keys.
We'll look at the different cell phones and see what the last number was that each one contacted and note that down.
Okay. 2 of them don't turn on. As you kind of turn them over in your hands, they're pretty badly damaged. One has like a gunshot hole straight through it, so that one's probably done. The other is smashed, but you do get 2 open. One has a password on it, so you can't really get in there. But the other one, you can write the number down fine.
Is it a name that I would recognize?
Probably not. If you want to roll Composure Resolve. Composure Resolve, because this is going to be basically remembering something you've just seen at some point.
Roll 20 is just lagging for me slightly.
Composure Resolve is just willpower. You can roll that.
That's fair. You look at the number, it's a local number, but that's all you can get from it. But you can jot it down.
He does so. And looks over the rest of the belongings. Does the gunshot look like a normal gunshot? Not like it was shot through with any sort of ensorcelled bullet or thermite or anything?
Yeah, it's done a lot of damage, but it's not so much damage that you're like, that man was shot with a cannon.
Okay, yeah. Basically what I was checking. If there's not anything more to investigate, Johan will return things to the evidence bag.
I mean, there is more stuff in the pile.
Okay.
If you want to look at it. But if you don't.
What else is there? What else is there in the pile?
There is some jewelry. There is a small set of keys. There's some credit cards.
He's going to look at the names on the credit cards. See what aliases the elder was using.
2 of them have the name Brian Winters on them. Since Michael mentioned Brian in the car, you might connect that it's his retainer. The other says Adam Bernard. Completely just a name you've never heard before.
And a reference, I take it. And lastly, the jewelry. Is there any unifying theme to it. Is it his? Is it his ghouls? Is it things that he was going to give to someone?
Give me wits investigation for that one then. Nice. Super nice. All right. So you're looking at the pile of jewelry. He's got like a watch. He's got kind of a worn set of dog tags. And then there's this ring. It's gold filigree, very intricately molded, with a sort of faceted black gem inset on the inside. And judging from the rest of his stuff, you can kind of get the impression that he liked to seem maybe fancy, but all of his things are much older. His wallet is worn, his suit is older and a little tattered. The phones are older models, but that ring stands out to you as either something that he just got, or maybe something that was a gift to him, or something that he found somewhere. It doesn't fit with the rest of the jewelry or even the rest of his things.
I see. I'm gonna hold it up to the detective. Have you seen this before? Do you know how the elder could have come by it? Was it a gift?
As you pick it up, you don't often have visions, but sometimes. And as you start to kind of feel your mind drop away from your body, it's happened before, so you know that's what's happening. You lose connection with your limbs, lose connection with your floor, with everything that is physically around you, and you feel yourself whipped elsewhere. Everything is dark for a moment. And then as the contrast fades back up, you see blood cells floating around, kind of in space. They're a little wrinkled, but you know a blood cell. You'd know a blood cell anywhere. And as you're watching, you start to feel cold. And from the center of these blood cells, crystals erupt, wrapping around, freezing the blood cells until they just burst into a spiky version of themselves, something that's the body can't use. And everything fades to gray and red as you feel yourself moving through space. Your hands are wet, your clothes are wet, your face is wet and cold, and nothing could ever stop you. And through the noise of screams and drips, you suddenly drop down through the floor, down through space, straight into darkness. And you're suddenly back in your body.
Johan is going to drop the ring very quickly. And inspect his surroundings to make sure that that screaming was not him going into a frenzy himself.
Michael's just standing there, mouth open, like he was going to answer your question, and then you went weird. You good?
I am better than good. I believe I saw something. This ring, it's enchanted.
Enchanted.
In it, I saw blood crystallizing and shattering. a perhaps visual representation of Haeckel's hemoglobin crystallization experiment, but live. The crystal seeds jumping from one cell to the next until all was gray and red.
What does that mean?
I'm unsure, but this could have rapidly depleted the Elder's vitae and driven him to a state of hunger. It could have in some other way altered his blood and through it his mind.
Okay. Well, that's something. To answer your question, I don't know where you got it from. I do remember there was like a gift package that was in the trash in his apartment. I think it was in the trash bags. I don't know if the team there saw it.
Interesting. Do you know who it was from? Did it have an address?
No address, just an H.
I see. Johan's going to pick up the ring with tweezers and put it back in an evidence bag. If I can take this back to my lab, I can look at it for traces of where it might have come from, where it might have been made, or so enchanted for its purpose.
Okay. I don't know how to do any of that shit, so just let me know where it's gonna be. Can you give me another wits awareness really quick?
Yes.
Just outside the building, you hear the sound of another car pulling around, not to the front parking lot, but around to the back. Just one car.
Were we expecting company?
Michael reaches into his back pocket, pulls out his phone really quick, and just shakes his head. Why?
We should probably head out then. And Johan's gonna seal up the evidence bags. If there's a larger bag, he's gonna sort of wrap it in some ice quickly and put it in that bag. We should take our leave.
The stuff in the evidence bag, it was just one big bag, but it's a kitchen. So if you look around for like so much as half a second, you could find more bags to use.
Yeah, Johan's gonna just grab like a plastic bag, put the evidence bag in that, put some ice in the bag just to keep it cool while they get out of there. Because someone has clearly found that they know too much.
While you're kind of scavenging for packaging material, Michael will sort of slide his gun out from the waistband of his pants and kind of move his way toward the back door, trying to listen in to something you can probably hear a lot easier than he can, but it seems like it's practice. It seems like it's just a natural instinct for him. And when it seems like you're ready, gun drawn, he'll pop open the back door and kind of look around. And you see just past his shoulder a face you've seen before. You don't talk to him very often. He doesn't talk to really many people very often, despite the fact that it's kind of his job. It is Otto, the seneschal, puttering toward the back door, brows drawn in concern, checking out some kind of message on his phone. I heard you found something.
Has he noticed Johann yet?
Evens or odds?
Odds.
Not yet.
Johann is going to remain completely still and use Cloak of Shadows.
The familiar face seems to at least be familiar to Michael as well. As the guarded shoulders and intense posture drops away, and he opens the door a little bit more. He turns back to look at you. And you're not there. Then he looks right back to the seneschal and nods his head. I sent it to the lab to process. Otto stares at him, frowning. Then you watch him lower his glasses, tuck them away in a pocket, and say, "Come with me." Michael's gun arm drops to his side, and he starts walking, stepping through the parking lot, following behind Otto. Heading for Otto's car.
Johann is going to wait until Otto's back is turned, and taking Michael for a lost cause and immortal to boot, he is going to slip out the front door, trying not to raise any attention with the evidence bag containing the ring.
Okay. Let's see. Are you using anything in particular to stay extra? You don't. You just have Cloak of Shadows.
Yes.
Then I'm gonna say, roll me Dex Stealth.
Sounds good.
Nice. Like you're stealing all the tens. You managed to sneak all the way across basically the restaurant as Otto and Michael get into his car and he drives away, leaving you with Michael's car, but he had the keys.
Johann is going to call I think he'd call Ulrich and say, "Hey, I'm at this restaurant. My ride got dominated, or my ride had to leave unexpectedly. Can I get a lift?"
Okay. Time-wise, because I'm not going to jump backward with the group at the Haven, we'll say this is just as Victorio is starting to head out the door. So we'll just bring everybody together in the same time and space.
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking that this was sort of at the same time.
Yeah.
As last session, just so that I can reconnect with the coterie and also get a lift out of this obvious front that has been discovered by the Seneschal.
Perfect. So, as
out of character question, do we know what clan the Seneschal is?
Come here.
So the clan that would be going around giving people cursed rings.
I mean, could he? Maybe. I don't know. So as Victorio is stomping for the door, Ulrich, your phone rings.
Hello? Good evening. I'm at Dos Amigos. My ride had to leave unexpectedly. Could I get a lift?
Yeah.
Was this on speaker?
No, I don't answer on speaker. Who does that?
Oh yeah, well, Sophia, because okay, it's fine.
Stand by one. Ulrich looks at Sophia. Johan needs a ride. He was left behind. But he sent somebody to pick him up. We go get him.
Eileen is probably still on the phone. Based on...
Yeah. Well, yeah, I haven't hung up yet.
Yeah. Just based on timing here.
Where is he?
Johan, where are you?
Dos Amigos restaurant at address.
Perfect. He's at Dos Amigos.
All right, Eileen, I need you to pick up Johan there as soon as possible.
Which one's Johan?
The scientist.
Oh, really?
Are we good? She's gonna do
an
it.
Emergency.
I mean,
I wouldn't ask you otherwise.
fine. I'll put on pants. Whatever.
All right. And take him wherever he tells you, but make sure he knows that the Gather is not safe.
All right.
Thank you.
Yep, no problem. Anything.
And now I'm going to use Soaring Leap to try to catch up with Victorio. Actually, before I do that, anyone who wants to help with me now, and then I'm going to Soaring Leap and just keep jumping.
Johan, I
I can
coming
jump.
for you. Should be there soon.
Thank you.
Victorio, you're headed out the door.
Sure I am.
And I'm jumping 15 meters in about I think it's about every 2 seconds I can do, so I'm gonna catch up with him very quickly.
Okay.
Vampire bee hopping.
Yeah.
Yep, just look, I'm not gonna do it outside, but I will keep doing it within the context. Look, we have to kill all the neighbors, whatever. This takes priority.
If you think the neighbors are anywhere close. You can catch up with him just as he's like throwing the door open, basically, because he was in his room.
I was
but
in my
you were
room.
right there in the you were in the living room, so you'd have been closer.
Yeah.
Okay.
What do you do when you catch up with him?
I assume you're going to Gather?
Uh-huh.
All right, I'm going with you.
Okay.
Marvin's already got the keys.
Ulrich's calling Marvin.
We can't take my car.
That's fine.
Marvin's got the prince's keys.
We have well established
Well,
that
we
we have
should
more
take
than
two.
one car.
I know. We should take two vehicles. But we should take two vehicles if possible in case we need to evac people.
Cool. Turning on one of the cars.
So who's going with who?
I'm gonna be. Who can drive again? Well.
Well, you were already with Victorio, so you're with him. Ulrich's jumping
I'm
in
gonna
with
stay with
Marvin. Because Marvin had the other
Okay.
set of keys.
Great.
I'll go with whoever.
She's jumping in with Ulrich and Marvin.
I'm cool with that
Yeah, because
split.
okay.
All right. So into cars. Johan, Eileen will show up for you probably in, 10 to 12 minutes. But she was told the Gather was not safe, so we'll get to you in a minute.
I see.
And she'll put on pants for you.
Yeah, she's got to put on pants and shoes and socks. I'm getting the VIP treatment, man.
It's a big.
I respect the sacrifice.
When I said I wouldn't ask if it weren't an emergency, I did. Yeah. It is very rare that I ask Eileen to go anywhere.
It's
but
true.
Sometimes Johan is stranded. And
at a Mexican restaurant. Because the chaperone got dominated. You know, it happens. So are you driving carefully or are you driving as quickly as possible?
As quickly as possible.
If you're driving as quickly as possible, please give me a Dex drive.
Sure.
Marvin, you better keep up.
Dude.
Okay. You get through almost to the gallery just fine. The closer you get, the more traffic is just backed up. The street's kind of narrow. The deeper you get into downtown, there's cars parked along the side, just parallel parked. And you can see lights flashing off in the distance, but traffic about a block and a half back from the gallery is at an absolute standstill.
I'll get out.
There are no cars getting out.
I'll get out and walk. It's a block.
I will follow.
You just gonna park your cars? Are you gonna actually park your cars, or are you just leaving the cars?
Yes.
Leaving.
I will actually park the car.
Okay. Parallel parking, Marvin. Give me another Dex drive.
Why you make me roll these? Oh no.
The scariest part of the game.
Parallel parking.
You kind of get in there. I mean, you're at an angle. You're sticking out a little into the road. But for the most part,
they pulled up too close to the back.
Dude, you're good enough. Let's go.
So you're out of the way.
Fine, let's go.
As you...
Do we all group up?
Victoria's not waiting for Marvin to park the car.
Oh, yeah, neither Sophia, but...
Victoria...
We're running up.
Yeah, Victoria is continuing on.
As you approach, you can see the flashing lights. There's probably half a dozen squad cars out in the front. Traffic has been completely blocked off. There is everybody who actually wants to look at stuff and not just run for the gallery door. Give me a wits awareness. Okay. Man, the dice are being so nice to you guys. Hey Jade, give me a Dex dodge real quick.
If I can find it.
There is no dodge.
Oh, I'm sorry. Dex athletics.
Athletics.
Athletics is the dodge roll, basically.
Yeah. I was thinking back in the day again. As you're kind of tagging along, kind of maybe bringing up the rear, an angry guy in a car swings his door open directly into your hip. You're not quick enough to get out of the way. Take one superficial, because that was the chat's hurt. Finally got to it.
Is that just the health?
Yeah, we'll flash a guy. And Victorio, you are just rage stomping to the door, right?
Yeah, you said if you were stopping to pay attention.
Yep.
I'm not.
I was just checking, making sure that was the plan. Everybody else but Victorio, as you approach a little close to the door, there's a very clear, like, police yellow tape line where they're not letting anybody pass. There are people in uniform kind of building a wall of bodies to block off the traffic, block off the people. Just past that, you can see the front of the art gallery. Whatever has happened here in the last 45 minutes or so since you've left was pretty messy. There's glass scattered all across the sidewalk right in front of the building. An entire floor-to-ceiling pane of glass has been knocked completely out. There are 2 cars that were parked in the front that now have huge dents, one on the driver's side door, one directly on the hood. There is some blood basically scraped across the sidewalk right in the front. There are like a rear view mirror has been ripped off. There's not a ton of blood that you can see on the street. But there is a couple of ambulances stacked out across the street from the gallery, kind of staying out of the way while the police kind of wander around handling safety business.
Okay, as soon as I noticed this, Victoria.
I did not stop as
Victoria.
you guys were taking in the surroundings.
As you try to get past the crime scene tape and the wall of officers, Victoria, 2 officers are going to step in front of you to stop you. Like, sir, you can't go in there right now.
My girlfriend was in there, and I'm here to pick her up. And there's this crime scene, and I don't know what's going on. And and just describe the prince.
Sir,
It's like, is she okay? What happened?
Sir, you're gonna need to stay behind this line. We are still
Just tell me
taking
what
your
happened.
statements.
Just tell me what happened to her.
Sir, I cannot give you that information right
Can you
now,
at least
sir.
tell me
I'm
she's
gonna need you
okay?
to calm down,
Can you
sir.
at least tell me she's okay?
I'm gonna need you to calm down, sir.
Can I roll a persuasion or something?
Yeah, you can. Absolutely.
What would you like? Charisma or manipulation? Doesn't matter. It's the same.
You're lying, so we'll do manipulation. But it doesn't matter because it's the same. You can see their face that they want to let you pass, or at least to give you more information. But they've definitely been given orders not to share
Oh, hey, well, that's great. I'd like to use
anything
entrance.
public. Heck yeah. Well, then roll it for me. And the rouse check. There's a rouse check, right?
Yep, there's a rouse check.
Jesus. Normally that would just like add your presence to rolls, but it was a really good roll, so it'd be a waste to like make you roll again.
I mean, I definitely have them have at least one of them entranced.
Yeah, I'll say you got them both because that
Okay,
was a really fucking good roll.
Heck yeah.
Like
Please, you just
their
gotta
faces
tell.
kind of. They're okay. You just calm down, keep your voice down. I can't let you back in there.
Okay.
But there is a blonde in a suit, with really tall heels. She's shaken, but she's not okay.
My angel, and what about her friend? Describe some more.
Yeah, she's in there too. They're both talking to officers.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Thank you, officers. You're doing a great job. Just let me know when I can speak to her.
Sure. You know what? I'll go in and see if they're done yet.
Okay. Thank you.
Would that make you feel better?
That would take so much weight off of my soul.
Yeah. Okay. Deep breaths. You just stay here.
Yeah, I'll just you behind the line, right?
Behind the line. Thank you, sir. Behind the line. I'll go check on that. Oh.
Hey.
I'll be back.
Blue lives matter.
Thanks, man. Like, goes inside.
As soon as they stop paying attention,
I'm gonna rendezvous with the other three. Jade, call the sheriff. Hands phone.
and I'm just gonna
The sheriff.
and I'm just gonna wait for my compatriots to rejoin me on the nice side of the line for the officers that are doing work for me.
Anyone would see the unseen, if you could give me a
Yeah, I
roll.
got that.
Sense the unseen?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, is that a rouse check to activate? No.
That is a free action.
It is a freebie. Yay. So what's awareness?
Just you two. All right. Marvin,
Also, Jen, as Marvin's approaching, I'm going to activate Unseen Passage.
okay.
That is a rouse check. No hunger. I'm just going to saddle up next to Victoria.
Okay. Victorio, you don't really see anything, but as you're walking toward to catch up with him, Marvin, you're not sure who it is, but you do see sort of like the blurry, wavy outline of a body walking toward your group from alongside the alleyway that leads around the gallery. And can you actually roll me Unseen Passage as well? Did you do the rouse check for that, Marvin? You did.
I did.
Cool.
I did. Let's see. So you need anything else on that?
Yeah, can you actually just roll it? Roll it.
Three.
3. Okay. One sec. To everyone who wasn't looking at him, unless you want to roll against him, Marvin kind of disappears as he walks along. Marvin, like I said, you see the outline of a figure walking toward the group. And then when you drop into obfuscate, this outline of a figure kind of starts to head directly for you.
Low whisper to Victoria. We got incoming.
Jade, what are you doing?
If they're smart, they're not going to do anything in front of all these cops. Samar and Elizabeth are fine.
Jade, Ulrich, Sophia, what are you guys doing?
Hopefully Jade's dialing the sheriff like I told her to.
Okay.
I did.
I'm standing next to
To be
Marvin.
clear, I'm not mad at you, Jade, since you're doing it.
What'd you say, Ulrich? Sorry.
Standing next to Victoria.
Okay. As Marvin leans in to whisper, Jade, you dial the sheriff. Sheriff doesn't answer.
I assumed it was worth a shot. All right, can I go
You
up?
do have the opportunity to leave a voicemail if you'd like.
No. Or actually, you know what? I'll just say on site.
Okay.
On site, other side of the line.
Okay.
And then I will go up towards Victorio. And as we're doing that, I'm going to tell Jade. Jade, if things get violent, there's no shame in running if you're not prepared for it. Okay. If you're not prepared to fight, don't get into the fight, because then there's just one more thing to worry about. Okay.
Marvin, that outline of a figure just kind of stands facing your group.
Yeah. All right, and now we're gonna.
Are they standing next to any like landmark type thing?
They've come and just walked directly for your group. Like you definitely get the impression they are headed for you. Not really. Seems to be sticking kind of close to the side of the building, but
I'm just looking for a point of reference to tell Victoria. Would it be at like my 1 o'clock or Victoria's 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock?
it's probably coming up behind the group. So say 7.
There's a shadow at 7 o'clock here behind you. Hey, you're 7 o'clock.
Okay.
They definitely know something about us.
Well, if they're using our powers, I imagine they would.
I don't know.
What'd you find, Victoria?
Samara and Elizabeth are fine. They're currently being held for questioning. Apparently, there's somebody that can hide like Marvin can hide to our 7 o'clock. Victoria still has not looked that way. And I'm waiting for police to come back and tell me more. That's where we're at.
Good work.
Don't patronize me. Thank you.
I was not attempting to.
Talking to people's my thing.
Yes,
Yeah.
I know. And I'm very appreciative of it.
One of the 2 entranced police officers, the one that kind of scurried off inside to get you an update, wanders back out, little notepad in hand.
Mm-hmm.
Like he just really wanted to do a good job for you, you know. So he took some notes.
Who's a good piggy?
Oh, Jesus.
Dang.
I don't say that. I don't say that. I don't say that in character.
He wanders back up, kind of towing up to the police tape line, looking around, and heading right back to Victorio. Kind of stopping to look at the friends.
They don't matter. It's fine. What's up front?
All right, so we're still getting details. It sounds like there were drugs involved. Someone snapped. Went violent.
Art gallery?
At the art gallery. Yeah.
Place of tranquility and feelings?
Several things were stolen. Several things were broken. A couple of people were assaulted.
Is she okay?
Like I said, she's gonna be fine. She's gonna be fine.
Okay. How much longer do I have to wait to be able to take her home?
Oh, at least 30 minutes.
Okay, that's fine.
We have a lot of questions.
Oh,
I
absolutely.
mean, they have a lot of questions.
I mean, listen, 30 minutes is totally an agreeable and acceptable time. If anything, that's very expeditious. Sorry, intelligence 1. That's real quick.
Yeah. Okay. Do you need some water? Do you want like a blanket?
I'll take a blanket, thank you.
Sure. He wanders.
Victoria,
to grab a blanket from the closet.
Can you see Sophia? Actually, you know what?
I thought she
Are
came
you
up to
close
the
enough
group.
that you can tap? Yeah. Okay. She's gonna tap you on the shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
Yes or no?
Huh?
Should I make him forget?
What, that a concerned boyfriend is checking on his girlfriend and her friend?
I'm just asking.
No.
Okay.
If anything, that'd cause problems, because then what do you mean the two officers that were guarding the door don't remember anything that happened?
I don't care if they get fired. Again, I was just checking.
We don't have to vampire every problem. You know that, right, Sophia?
Where's the stealthy one?
At my 7 o'clock. By the alleyway.
Speaking of,
Which side of the police line is the alleyway closed off, or is that within?
It is not closed off. It is basically just a little bit behind where you guys are standing at the line.
I'm hoping it's the sheriff, so I'm going to start walking towards it.
I got some bad news for you.
Marvin is
You don't
also
know.
heading that way.
Marvin is what?
Marvin is also heading that way. I was getting ready to do that. And I was like, oh, okay. Now there's two.
As Sophia and then Marvin
Are you going to
start to
whisper
walk.
so that I know you're there?
Nope.
Just going to be like, hey. Okay, great.
As Marvin, or as Sophia and then Marvin kind of start to walk in that 7 o'clock direction, the blurry outline of a man turns and starts heading back into the alleyway. Not retreating, like there's not speed to it. But he's walking away, Marvin.
While I'm waiting, I'm going to text Johan. I'm just going to fill Johan in on everything that's happened.
Probably a good idea.
It's like, let's see, drug problem / rage happened at art gallery. Most important person to me and Samar are fine. Your delivery is in your room.
It's in the freezer.
Thank you.
That's where we put it.
No, I put it in his lab. It was on
excellent.
ice. He yelled at me because I left it on the table,
It's
but
in
it
a
was
cold
like
box. It's fine.
yeah.
For some reason, I thought Johan's specialty freezer was going to be in the communal area, but I guess it makes more sense that it's in his room.
Victoria would never allow that.
Fair.
How are things on your side of town?
Freezer.
How
Hey,
are
that's a
things
great
on
transition.
How are things on your side of town?
Back at Dos
Question mark.
Amigos.
Very good, very quickly.
Where are you waiting for your ride, Johan?
I figure the place where he's least liable to be targeted by shenanigans is out front. So he's just gonna wait out front. Because then if someone tries to shoot him, mortals are more liable to see.
Okay.
Are you in Cloak of
And
Shadows?
also that's
That was gonna be my question.
Yeah,
Are you actually
he'll-
hiding something?
Cloak of Shadows is still active, so unless someone saw him while he was leaving, he's invisible to the world.
Technically, you'd have to reactivate it. Because if you stop moving Cloak of Shadows, or if you start moving Cloak of
Yeah.
Shadows, drop.
That's the one where you can only use it when you're staying still.
But I mean, I don't think it's even a rouse check, right?
It's not.
You can definitely just do it.
It's not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you could easily just reactivate it once you're kind of outside. There's not directly in front of the restaurant. There's kind of a bus stop you could kind of cloak Heidi at. There, if you wanted to go around the back, there was the dumpster again. There's like a trash can and a lamppost out in the parking lot. And then like the little rickety half extinguished Dos Amigos Mexican restaurant neon sign kind of close to the road.
Johan will wait at the bus stop.
About 15 minutes later, a little gray Audi pulls into the parking lot. Lights on. Hand reaches up to like turn the lights on inside the car. You can see through the windshield a woman, short black hair, kind of a headband to keep it out of her eyes, as she looks around, clearly expecting to see somebody there.
Johan will deactivate Cloak of Shadows and step out from the bus station. Has he seen Eileen before?
We said we had been in a coterie for like years and years, right? You and I? You would have seen Eileen.
Yeah, so I reckon so, like, unless Eileen is like a very confidential asset, but enough to probably recognize her.
Yeah.
Maybe not her car, but when you see inside,
you
recognize.
Probably not the car, but you would see her.
Yes.
She doesn't see you the first pass because you were still kind of hidden. So when she looks around again, eventually she'll catch sight of you. And you can hear the sound of basically the doors clicking unlocked as she waits.
Good evening. Thank you so much for the ride.
Yeah, no problem.
And he's going to get in and put the evidence bag in his lap.
Oh, what is that? Okay, you know what? Business or pleasure? That's my only question.
Business.
I feel better now.
My previous ride became abruptly indisposed.
I'm gonna need you to not say anything else, so I can
understood
plausibly deny whatever went down. Where am I taking you to?
That's my girl.
The art gallery.
All right, best of luck to us.
I told Eileen to convey that the gather's not safe.
Yeah, but also
it doesn't mean she won't go.
That's where people are. So.
No. To be clear, she would still take you there if that's what you said. I'm just noting, making sure that okay, yeah. But she would say, Sophia says the gather's not safe, and they're like, "Hey, we're going to the art gallery." And she'd be like, "All right."
I mean, she's gonna pull out and start heading that way.
Fuck you, Ghoul. Do what we say.
And then.
Oh yeah, she'd do it.
And then kind of.
I didn't tell her not to go. I told her to
check the GPS. Check the GPS on the art gallery as she plugs it into her phone. Like, listen, conflicting orders here. I'll take you wherever you want. But
thank you, Kai.
Is there somewhere else you want to go?
You could drop me off a block away. That would work better.
Is there
Sophia's told you
something crazy going on down by the gallery? And I'm guessing the point is not to get you all mixed up in that. But you're grown.
We are already mixed up in it, and I would like to join the others there.
All right.
Thank you for your concern.
Yep. If I was any more sassy, I'd ask for that in writing, but here we go. And she'll keep pulling on toward downtown. Glendizzle, are you awake?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I was reading, sorry.
Okay.
I was reading about obfuscate powers.
Gotcha. Marvin, Sophia, do you keep going? Specifically Marvin, do you try to follow?
Okay, yeah, just gonna say I don't know what's in the alley. And are you
Marvin's
gonna
always
indicate at any point that you're with me?
Nope.
The shadow moves down the alley around the back of the building. Do you keep following? Again, not trying to outpace you. Going slow enough that maybe it expects you to keep up. If you want to give me a wits awareness, you can, to see if there's anything trap wise you might want to look out for.
Sure. Da-da-da-da. Two.
It's kind of weird that on the other side of this alley, there don't seem to be, you don't hear the footsteps of like officers. There's no conversation really happening back there, so that's a little weird. But in terms of actual evidence of anything untoward, you don't pick up anything.
As soon as we reach the alley, I'm going to say loudly, but not shouting. Oh, Archangel Gabriel, protect these people from harm.
You hear a whisper, that's a laugh.
Good to not see you, Marvin. Do you have eyes on me? I will keep going down the alley.
Down.
Yep.
The figure goes down the alley, around the side of the building, just kind of out of sight from anyone who would happen to be looking for some reason at the alley.
Are there shadows in this alley?
Yeah, it's nighttime. It's dark.
Okay. Just wanted to check. I don't know. Maybe it's a weirdly lit alley. Okay, then I don't need to use Shadow Cast before we go over there.
Nope.
Because otherwise, I was going to make sure that there was a shadow available.
Yep.
And if you follow...
Poke head around the corner. Take a look.
Hey, guess what? It was the sheriff.
Yeah!
He
Sophia does not react like that.
He dropped...
That's me.
He clearly dropped Obfuscate the second he was going to be out of view from anyone in the street. Kind of stares right at you, Marvin, even though you're still invisible.
I just see you.
Yeah, I figure. Once we're out of here, just...
So we're just not following orders at all tonight. Huh.
Excuse me?
You're supposed to be at the Haven.
I was?
I thought you were all going to the Haven.
I was never ordered.
We did go to the Haven.
Okay, we're not doing fucking semantics.
No, I'm not, sir. I'm not trying to be glib.
You can stop.
Huh?
It's been a long night. It's been a long night.
Okay.
You can stop.
But I just making clear I genuinely was unaware that that was an order and was not attempting to breach. Well, given that we are here now, how may I assist you?
Is Victorio here? He's up there, right?
Yes.
The prince wants him to...
Yes.
You can say, yeah, I don't give a shit. Prince wants him to stay at her haven tonight. Pass along the message.
Him specifically, or the coterie?
Him.
Understood. He has informed us that, at the very least, from the belief of one of the detectives, that questioning should be over in roughly 30 minutes.
have a special guest we're gonna have to take care of tomorrow.
Understood.
It's getting late.
Should we meet at Wes's place?
No. No,
Where should
there's
I
too many
meet you
people.
then?
I'm not gonna ask him to shut it down.
Understood.
Okay.
I don't have details, but I believe something may have happened to Michael.
do you
Johan mentioned, so I don't, sorry, out of character. I don't remember the exact wording that I got through the game of telephone, but I would quote that, like became indisposed or whatever. Whatever euphemism was used, I would quote verbatim. And so I sent my retainer to pick him up from Dos Amigos.
I'm gonna need way more details than that.
I will, Marvin?
Me?
Hand you my phone. Call Johan, please.
Johan, you're kind of in Eileen's car running into the same traffic block. Even worse now than it was before. Stopping probably about 2 blocks from the art gallery as your phone rings.
You can let me off here.
Yeah.
And Johan is once she finds a spot to just stop for long enough for him to get out.
She's gonna end up
step
stopped, whether it's voluntary or not.
Johan will step out and answer his phone. Hello?
Marvin, do you hand it to me? Okay.
Yep.
Johan, what happened to Michael? The sheriff wants to know.
He... do I know how close the sheriff is to Otto?
The sheriff isn't really close to anybody. Not. He's not really the fraternizing, like, hang out and chill sort. He's very intense, very business focused.
It's my
Fair
BFF.
enough.
You do know that he is very loyal.
Otto, the Seneschal, arrived unexpectedly and dominated him. Took him in his own car and headed to some unknown location. Michael was not expecting company.
Understood.
This is all I know.
Understood. Where are you?
2 blocks away and getting closer.
All
And
right.
Johan is speed walking towards
Yeah.
the gallery.
All right. Find Victorio. Make sure he doesn't leave. Thank you. And I hand it to Marvin to hang up. Unless you hang up. Because I can't. I can't hang up a call.
Hangs up.
Otto.
Passes it back.
All right. Otto arrived on scene. Michael was not expecting that. He dominated Michael and took him somewhere in his vehicle to an unknown location.
Johann saw?
Mm-hmm.
Was he seen?
Johann did not mention being seen, which leads me to believe he wasn't.
Ulrich.
But of course, with
Let Ulrich know. I will be talking to him tomorrow.
of course.
That this mess does not excuse his mess.
Of course.
The rest of you. What?
As I believe I mentioned, there is still a wraith in his bookstore.
Don't worry about it.
I have a potential lead on who may have left this wraith.
I don't care.
Apologies, sir.
The rest of your coterie go to the Haven. If Johann thinks he was seen, have him call me. I'll find him another place to stay tonight.
Understood. Does Victorio need an escort to the Haven before I return to the coteries?
Not if you get out of my face now.
I will do that.
In the
I
second
will
you look back,
grab-
if you look back, he's
Yeah,
invisible again.
Of course.
Victorio, from inside the art gallery,
Mm-hmm.
you don't really hear the words, but you hear the familiar voice, the voice of your sire, the voice she
Grandsire.
uses most.
Grandsire.
Grandsire, the voice she uses most when she's trying to get what she wants.
Mm-hmm.
Just that honey, apologetic, I'm just a girl,
Yeah.
that voice. And then the sound of her heels walking toward the front of the building.
Learn for the best.
She walks right past half a dozen cops.
Mhm.
Nobody tries to stop her. If they weren't done questioning her,
That
she's
they are
done
now.
being questioned.
Cool. My girl.
Wrapped up in a scratchy gray wool blanket that was clearly matching the scratchy gray wool blanket you are now wearing.
Uh-huh.
She steps gingerly over the sea of glass laid out in front of the art gallery and moves to the police line where you're waiting.
Real quick. Glass in or glass out?
Glass out.
Yeah, okay. Oh, thank goodness they're already done helping her across the line. Continuing to ham up the boyfriend-girlfriend story with which I've woven.
She grabs onto his arm, like fingers wrapping around it, like she just needs the support
You know,
right now.
a practice thing we've done probably dozens of times.
Leaning against him like she's so exhausted. Ulrich, Jade, are you still waiting by the police tape?
With Victoria.
Yes, I was with Victoria.
Yep. With Victorio.
The facade of vulnerable, half-wounded woman falters just a little as her gaze passes across Ulrich's face.
We rushed over, all of us, as soon as we heard something had happened to your show.
Yes, I'm sure you were all very concerned.
We were.
It was a very eventful night.
It's been
Darling.
such a long night.
Such a long night.
Such a long night. It feels like it's been days.
And looking directly at Ulrich, she says, "It's not over. But
Understood.
everyone, go home for tonight. I've got to call insurance. I've got to wait for detectives. There's nothing else for me to do here."
Victoria will like look back towards knowing that she damn well's done with questioning when she said that, but
There are other people kind of milling around still, so.
let's get you home. And I
You're
will.
You're coming home with me, yeah?
If that's what you want.
I'd like that.
I'll catch up with you guys at home. Later. Some other time. When she's done with me.
And your home is where you'll be, yes?
Get in there now.
Yep.
Unless some other catastrophe befalls us.
Better not.
Agreed.
Is this when Johan walks up with the Los Amigos plastic takeout bag full of ice with another smaller bag inside?
Yep. You kind of weave your way through the small crowd that's been gathered. Victorio, over the police line, you can see Samar also wander out, just kind of take a turn and go in the opposite direction down the street.
If I get her attention at all, I'll give her a small, like, pinky wave. Just a small gesture of glad you're okay.
You know, you're hot. She can't help but, like, look
Damn right.
around a little. So she kind of gives you, like, one of those as she keeps moving.
Is this around the time we get back?
If I see
Marvin,
Lavinia, I flip her off.
Lavinia's not there.
Of course she isn't. Fucking Lasombra.
Time to go home. And I assume I see Victoria walking off with the prince.
We're still standing right there. Johan just joined the party.
Yep.
Gotcha. I see
The brakes have been pumped.
Say, good to see you, ma'am. Glad you're okay.
Thank you. I'm guessing
We are.
you've told our mutual friend everything you found out.
Indeed.
Good. Then go home.
Although I did under his orders have to ask him, ask Johan a question and convey the answer to him as soon as possible.
Why are you telling me that?
Because I'm going to take 30 seconds to a minute before going home. And I want you to know it's not an act of disobedience.
Just saying you're gonna disobey doesn't mean you're not like.
But, okay. I'm going to start walking towards the car.
Like, I'm not gonna do that. And Victoria's just like, that's still disobeying. Oh shit!
Raid.
Thank you, Vancouver by night.
Reasonable person will accept a 30-second to a minute delay.
We're vampires. Who said we were reasonable people?
It has
It's
not been a
the-
reasonable night. The prince will stand there
All right.
and wait.
Yep, I'm walking back. Okay, I'll start walking.
Hi, Raiders.
Marvin's going to the car, get the car ready.
Yeah.
Are you-
Johan, do you think you were
you're-
seen?
We were told to go home.
Yeah,
I
at
was
what
not.
point do you
Okay.
not invisible anymore? I'm just curious.
Oh, I did that during the sheriff with the sheriff.
Yeah, he dropped it.
Okay, cool.
Johan, do you think you were seen?
I was not.
Excellent. Let's go home.
Let's.
Has Eileen headed back, or did you tell her to wait?
Eileen is headed back. I told her to go where she would.
Very
She dropped
good.
me off when she got
As you
back.
kind of
Okay.
as you kind of look past him, she is still stuck in traffic.
Poor Eileen.
I will actually, in that case, I will. Can I get into her car?
Sure. She'll see you coming and unlock the door.
Yeah.
He said he wanted to come here. I warned him it wasn't a good idea.
It's all good. You're not in trouble. You've done very well tonight. And I'm gonna under the visibility and just hold out my wrist to her.
Let's see. You know, evens or odds.
She's been good. She deserves a treat.
It's true.
Odd.
She's gonna take the treat. You said odds?
Are they still on the street?
No, she's in the car.
in Eileen's car.
Okay.
Good news. She has very tinted windows, so
Yeah.
no one can see it.
And we're low.
Yeah.
Get this out of the line of sight and then arm.
Eileen will kind of stare at the long line of cars in front of her, like this is her life for a while now, and then lean over and treat herself.
Okay. Is that a rouse check or an automatic one?
I think it's a rouse check. Let me just do a rouse check.
Okay. Cool. My luck continues.
Tens. You guys sure you don't want to do anything wild and crazy? Because these tens are promising. They will never run out, I'm
I
sure.
feel like we got enough wild and crazy last session.
I mean, I'm going home with who can get as wild and crazy as she wants.
Which is probably not very, but hope springs eternal.
Stress relief.
Ulrich's not trying shit.
Eileen will ask if you need her to drive you home, Sophia.
No. Thank you, though. I just wanted to make sure you got rewarded for the overtime you've had to put in.
You're the best, boss.
Well, thank you. You're not so bad yourself.
Everyone is
All right, and then I'm going to very quickly get into the correct car.
to head whichever direction they are going for the night.
Correct.
Are you going straight to your respective locations?
We're not making any other stops, Marvin.
Nope.
Okay. Is there anything?
We were given
anyone
orders,
else?
and there's been enough tomfoolery tonight.
I'm so proud of you guys.
Too much.
We ordered to stay at the Haven.
Yes.
Yep.
We were ordered a lot tonight.
Yep.
Nobody told me that we were ordered to stay at the Haven. I mean, I still would have come, but it would have been nice to know that.
Do you guys want to have a conversation on the way home, or is there anything else you want to do tonight?
You know my answer to this question.
She said thing else, not any one else.
He said what he said.
Yeah, I know. Ulrich, Gabriel said he wants to talk to you. He also said he's going to take care of he said not to worry about the wraith.
When's my talk?
Probably tomorrow.
Okay.
For what it's worth, I don't think you're in any kind of serious long-term trouble. But
What's long
I
term
obviously
to
can't
immortal?
promise anything. I don't think you're getting boxed for this. At least, I certainly hope not. While we're driving, Johan, what did you find? What's in the bag?
A cursed ring.
Great. Did you sense the unseen around it to see if it might be a fetter?
Not that kind of cursed. I touched it and had a vision.
Could you make me feel better and sense the unseen?
Yeah, can I do the sense of the unseen?
Okay.
But you're driving.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll hit a light at some point. That's there it is.
What's that rouse check for you, Johan?
Oh, I misclicked, I guess.
Okay.
It made me do a rouse.
I was like, what did I miss?
Sorry.
You're fine.
Did I fail the rouse check?
No.
He didn't.
No.
No.
Okay, then I'll just make my actual roll. I just misclicked that.
That's fine. Okay.
The tins are out tonight.
They are really... Yeah, you just waste them, folks. Those 10s. Yep. Neither of you see anything in or around the bag in Johan's lab. Nothing that isn't
Johan would like
personal effects.
Get tweezers and like look at the ring specifically.
Even looking at the ring specifically, you don't really see anything. Nothing that would be spooky or ghostly or really residual.
I had a vision of blood rapidly crystallizing, turning gray. Accompanied by screams.
Which suggests to you
that his vitae was in some way altered.
Ah.
The blood that I saw at first seemed hypertonic. The cells shriveled, which could be an effect of being vitae rather than mortal blood.
Hey, Ulrich.
Yes.
No offense, and I'm not speaking about you, but the Tremere are looking mighty suspicious tonight. Because your Primogen is the number one suspect in breaking into your bookstore, and the Seneschal kidnapped the sheriff's ghoul. And now it sounds like somebody's doing some kind of blood sorcery fuckery. Do you know any reason that anyone in your clan would want Hardison dead?
I have not heard anything about any of this. I am just as much in the dark as all of you.
Okay. And to be clear, I don't suspect you of any of this. I'm not... No guilt by association or anything. And again, I don't mean any offense. I just mean...
Oh, you're good. I'm already holding on for my life here anyway.
If I get a chance, I will put in a good word for you.
Thank you.
So how long until dawn?
We are probably coming up on 4:35, so maybe an hour and a half.
That's what I was thinking.
Chat is pointing out that Alessandra is throwing stones at glass houses about being suspicious.
Kat is also pointing out that Tremere looks suspicious every night. So, facts.
Well,
Be
everybody
suspicious.
else
Be suspicious.
Johan's gonna move the evidence bag into the freezer and also the sweens.
Once you get back to the Haven. Okay.
Yes.
I'm fine to get back to the Haven if everyone else is.
Okay.
Okay.
Anything else?
Johan, by the way, we have another cat.
Excellent. Is it a ghoul or just a cat?
Just a cat.
It was a
Good
witness.
to know.
Anyone
You
else?
seem
doing-
kinder to feline witnesses than human ones.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Well, cats can't talk to humans.
Marvin's
Well,
just sending
it's not
a
about
quick little
kindness.
text
While driving?
to Jenny. Just no, we're already. I thought we were back
Yeah.
at the Haven.
Oh, yeah, you're right. We're
Mhm.
back. Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry, I just had a moment.
I'm not texting
Settle
on that.
down, deputy.
Right.
Human laws are of no concern to you.
Arrest this man.
No, that was 100% an Ainsley reaction. That was not.
What are
He's
you
just texting
sending to Jenny?
Quick. Hey, just checking in, let you know, turning in for the day. Night shift over. Yeah, all
Okay.
quiet.
She'll send back. I was so worried. Thanks for the update. I hope you sleep well. Love you. Miss you. Hurt. Is there anything you need me to do
Just
today?
kind of smiles to himself. Just take care of the business.
You know I've got that. Anything for you, baby.
Send her back a few heart emojis.
She
Followed by a
just
little
takes a
kissy
selfie of her, like smiling in PJs. Sends it back to you. Jade, Ulrich, Sophia, Johan. Anything else you're doing tonight? You're winding down for bed.
Real quick, Johan, can we check if that ring fits in this box? I'm gonna grab the ring box off the table, or the like crumpled gift box off the table.
The box labeled H is also at the Haven.
Yeah,
Yep.
the H stands for Haven.
That ring would definitely have fit inside the box.
Okay, it's an appropriate size. All right,
Mm-hmm.
we found this at the crime scene, so
I heard that was in the waste bin. I'm glad that you were able to recover it. We should
I
keep
thought it
an
might
eye
have been
will.
better. Yeah, which it's not, but still good
It
to
could
have.
still have traces of whoever made this ring and sent it.
That would be excellent. I'll let you store it however you think is best.
He'll store it at room temperature, but in a a drawer sort of away from the rest of the lab.
Not at a table the cats can get to.
Correct.
Just
Well, I think his lab
Rotating
keeps
the
the door shut
cardboard.
because he doesn't want cats in his little
Ooh.
bioweapon lab.
Speaking of, Jade, you keep that cat in your room? Or do you let it roam during the day?
Keep it in the room. I don't want Victorio getting after it.
You do know he's not coming home with you tonight.
True. I'll probably just keep it in the room to keep it safe for the time being.
you gotta get the cats here
Hey,
to
Jen.
each other. Or something like.
After hearing all of this from Johan and piecing together the things that I've heard Sophia say, could I make a deduction roll to try to get any kind of piece any of this together?
What exactly are you trying to piece together?
Causal or potential. I know Sophia is very suspect of Tremere.
Mm-hmm.
But just would that fit that motif, or would they have any reason to? I'm losing my words.
Are you trying to kind of compare, I guess, evidence versus what you know about the domain? Is that what we're doing?
Yeah. See if anything fits a mold or a motive. So
yeah, go ahead.
So in that case, could I try that too?
Sure.
So what should it be? Intelligence investigation?
Modifier 1. You get 1 die for specialization, right?
Yeah. Okay. Sophia, you're not really sure the trouble with Auric and the trouble with this other stuff is connected at all. You were present for at least half of the trouble Auric got into, and when he was telling you he didn't really know what was going on, you believed him.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really, as you're thinking about it, you don't really come up with any extra strings you could really pull at. You get a feeling maybe you'll hear more tomorrow. Maybe you'll get the story of what happened at the art gallery. Maybe something will come up with Michael or Otto or something else will come up. But right now,
The sheriff said we have someone to talk to.
you've got
Well,
some loose threads that you just can't quite connect.
yeah.
Marvin, you know
Marvin
that
pulls out his corkboard, red string, and
you know from your time basically as a city's Nosferatu that Hardison kept a very low profile, but he was kind of not an official advisor. He wasn't a primogen, but he was one of the prince's older allies. And sometimes she would know things that happened in the domain. You always assumed it was the sheriff, but maybe she had more than one source. Maybe Hardison kept an eye out for her. And if that's what this is about, you don't know that this is what that's about. If that's what this is about, though, the sudden appearance of the Seneschal might be suspicious. The fact that Johann seems to believe maybe some kind of magic or Tremere were involved in the frenzy of Hardison. Well, the Seneschal's a Tremere. He has access to all kinds of things. But it's not really enough to draw a straight line. You still also need more information, but you can kind of, if it were the Seneschal, maybe that's what happened to Hardison. Maybe Hardison was in
this
the
seemed to
way.
be the wild card. Just kind of popped up out of nowhere. What do I know about this Seneschal? Anything?
He's very smart, very knowledgeable. Ulrich might be the smartest person in terms of the occult, in terms of magic and blood sorcery and rituals that you personally know. But you get the sense that Otto at least thinks he's smarter, thinks he knows more. He's not an elder, but he has been around for quite some time. He's been the Seneschal as long as the prince has been the prince. So they'll go back some ways.
Mm-hmm.
You get the impression that he was more chosen because he fills gaps in the prince's knowledge. The prince is not an occult queen. She doesn't know a whole lot about magic or necromancy or any of that. So that's probably why He's a seneschal. Not because he's great with people or loves politics or any of that. That's probably why he was chosen. Because he's incredibly smart, incredibly knowledgeable, and knows things other people don't.
Any further thoughts, Marvin?
I don't know yet.
Fair enough.
I've got pieces. I kind of see where they could go, but I don't have enough information to say that they're definitely there.
We'll get there. Does anyone require anything of me before I retire? Then I wish you all dreams more pleasant than mine, and I'll see you tomorrow. And Sophia's just gonna walk in her room and just conk out.
Anything else in the Haven house? Before we close out the evening with Victorio.
Until tomorrow.
Can I
I will
give
briefly
those-
admire the spleens before he sleeps.
I'm gonna give the cat some wet food.
They meow happily at you. They don't seem to quite trust each other. There's like a lot of distance and some hard side eye. But they probably won't try to murder each other while you sleep. It'll be fine. All right. Nighttime at the
Marvin's
Haven.
gonna send a quick text to probably even Remy. Contact me at dusk or whenever you wake up.
Okay. Text goes through fine. Victorio, the prince leads you back to the alley, kind of where Sophia and Marvin had disappeared to.
Mm-hmm.
There's a car waiting the next road over.
You might want to contact a ghoul or something, because one of your cars is still like right out front too. Rushed over here to get to you.
Okay.
Unless you'd rather me drive that.
No.
Okay.
She pulls out a phone, shoots a text message. What's awareness? Just for funsies this time?
Okay. He's not spying on her, but if you tell me to roll,
That's fine.
I'll roll. Wits, awareness, submit, no modifier. What up?
Nice. From like behind you, as you head down the alleyway, like one of the cops along the crime scene line's phone goes off. They kind of check it and then start heading toward down the street where the car is parked.
Hell yeah.
She goes around. There's a car already pulled up.
Mm-hmm.
The sheriff is waiting. The driver's side door, passenger side in the back is popped open already.
Oh, lame. I was gonna do that. I say that out loud.
Sheriff just grunts at
Nah.
you, and the prince kind of chuckles, holding onto your arm as she slides into the
I
car.
help her into the car.
Do you want to talk to her?
I at least close the door for her. And then, if she wants to talk to me, I imagine she's dragging me to her haven for a reason.
Cheers. She rides in silence for a little while. Her haven is at the far edges of the city. You know exactly where it is. You've been there before, so it's not like you're going on an adventure you've never been on. She sits in silence for a while before kind of
I'll just hum little tunes, trying to remember melodies for my show tomorrow night.
rolling a sleeve up. You can see there's like a huge just chunk taken off of her forearm. It's not bleeding. She doesn't bleed. But you can see past flesh and there's bone. She just kind of looks at it.
Also looking at it.
Sort of shakes it off. I'm gonna have to burn that jacket.
We can get you another jacket, it's fine.
It has been a long night.
You know what? I'm glad I'm a brat.
What does that mean?
Well, if I wasn't a petulant little snot and didn't demand to go home, I would have been at the gather.
I'm glad you are a brat.
Head on her shoulder.
She reaches up, the whole like chunk out of arm, pat his head.
Or vampires, doesn't matter.
It's a little wet against your face. It's fine.
Yeah, it is.
I asked you to come home with me because someone is concerned all of this is an attack.
Well, I mean...
Specifically against me. And if it's against me, it could be against you. So, caution.
Well, I mean, if people wanted to hurt you, they would. I would be a good source of that. I like to think so, at least.
You would be a very good source for that. You're such a good boy.
I'm something.
Turns to kiss him.
Oh. Accepts kiss, trying to make eye contact with Sheriff in rearview mirror.
Kind of glances.
So who's attacking us?
Directly?
Well, I mean, somebody directly attacked you. So sure, let's start there.
Imogen.
The Venture Primogen attacked you?
Yes.
That's
He
weird.
attacked everyone left.
Huh. That's weird. They're not really the attacky types.
No, they're not. Everything was fine and then it wasn't.
Weird.
Yes.
I do not know things in character. Okay, so who do we think is actually behind it? Because random frenzy angry Ventru doesn't make sense, so clearly manipulated some kind of way.
Some way. I don't know how. As far as anyone I know spoke with tonight, he was business as usual.
Okay.
His child did not attend, so I expect she will be receiving some questions. That was the only unusual thing.
Why?
What do you mean, why?
I mean, like, so say, like, why are there going to be questions to the child? Are they a suspect, or is it just a...
Everyone else has been questioned. And if anyone would know...
I wasn't questioned.
You are... Victoria, are you ever questioned?
I mean, I would like to think that in this perilous times of craziness and insanity and everything, that we would cover all bases.
It's more a matter of who would wish him harm.
Who would wish the
And
Ventrue...
to make sure she has not been harmed.
Gotcha. Who would want to harm the Ventrue? That list is so short.
Do you know of anyone? Specifically?
Specifically, no. Like, I'm just more making commentary that Venture make a lot of enemies.
You are just being a brat.
Yes. I am trying to bring levity to this tense and serious time. I'm better at music. I know comedy's not my thing. I'll work on it, I promise.
I think it would be wise if you canceled your concert tomorrow.
And let down our name of city here.
Washington.
Yes.
But I was going to perform for you.
You can make it up to me.
Okay. I'll call the band. And the venue. And the promoter. And the vendors.
I'm not going to change my mind. No matter how many things you list. I'll make it up to you.
I know
And
you
you'll make it up
will.
to me.
I know. We'll make it up to each other and everything. And the serious business and so on and so forth. And yeah. So, listen. Ulrich is like the dumbest smart guy I know. But like, this is not like, you know, like, we're not murdering Ulrich, right?
No.
Okay, good. I'm in agreement that he needs to be punished and needs to learn some things, and I think we should institute a maybe a refresher course to all the kindred of how things like work in your city, Prince. Because there's like a lot of like loose things flying around that I've picked up at Gather and everything, and you know, like we just need to be more mindful, especially with all these stressful. Some of us just. How old was the Venture Primogen? Was he an elder too?
No.
Okay, I'm just making sure that this isn't a thing that's like affecting elders or something.
He was close, but no.
Okay, I'm not that close. All right, cool.
I know there are complications
But
with elders lately.
But with like all this stuff going on, like, you know, we really the strength of our mighty ivory tower is in our ability to blend in and hide and keep a low profile. And as more and more things continue to not be low profile, it's even more important to reinforce low profiles. I know that's weird coming from me, but
It is weird.
you're the one that keeps telling me I should do more
And
and that I'm actually smart.
refreshing.
And I will never say any of this in public.
I wouldn't really say my domain being in general danger is worth you having to take some responsibility, but it is an unforeseen.
I am just giving you advice, my prince.
Very good advice it is.
I'm here for you.
Sheriff pulls up in front of the car, the house.
Mm-hmm.
It's not as nice as your haven, but it's just her.
It's nicer.
And
It's
there.
nicer. Yeah.
She gets out of the car, heads right for the door. As the sheriff hangs back to unlatch the trunk and haul the Venture Primogen staked body out of there. There's not a neighbor around.
Victoria saw nothing.
No one to bear witness.
But as
But he
the
drags it around to kind of open a like a garden shed in the back.
as we're going to part ways with the sheriff, I'm going to give him a. I'm going to beat him to it.
He's gonna frown so hard.
What else is fucking new?
That means he loves you.
Keep dragging.
All right, I'm gonna go to the Haven and do whatever the prince wants to do.
Yeah. It's been a rough night.
It sure has.
You could have died.
She could have died. Good thing I don't listen to her. Do what I want.
Good thing.
Kept me and my coterie out of danger tonight.
Should be thoughtfully quiet, a little affectionate. As much affection as Victoria will tolerate for the hour and a half until it's time to go to sleep.
I think Victoria would find it in his heart to endure. For her.
Yeah.
For her.
For her.
For her. Whatever the prince needs.
Evens or odds.
Don't do this to me. Evens.
Oh.
I spent a willpower.
Alright. Evens or odds.
Evens!
Oh!
Fuck you, Die! Oh, you're only rolling... You're flipping a coin. You're not even rolling evens or odds.
That is evens or odds. There's an even and an odd. She gets a little extra, like, kitty affectionate, a little handsy. But there's way too much on her mind.
In trance.
Okay, roll it.
Fucking
Rouse check.
I'm a Toreador. This is what we do.
Rouse check and roll it.
Grr.
Well, this escalated.
Victorio has very much said, I am a petulant brat.
It's true.
Do what I
You
want.
get hungrier?
What else is new? That's fine. It's the end of the night. I don't care. And we add +1 because we're in Ancilla.
Do you want to spend another willpower to reroll?
Yeah, I
right?
do. Yes, I do. Just roll 3d10.
I just want Victoria to have something from this night.
No, it's fine. I'm happy that
Two more.
I'm happy that everybody else got to do stuff. Victoria's not a doer, not in the sense that everybody else is.
You can click the willpower reroll button.
Oh.
With his sprinkling of humor, trying to lighten the mood, eventually Victorio sways her mind off of this perilous immortal business.
She just needs the distraction. She can reset and reevaluate everything tomorrow.
And that is the exact argument you use to lure her away from her work and her notes and off to bed.
Yes.
Browse check.
Sure. Whatever. How do
You know.
I'll just click here again.
And you get hungrier. Still.
Worth it.
But ye old body creaks back to life.
Worth
and you
it.
at least get one thing you've wanted for a while. As we
What is
wrap
your
up
hunger at
tonight.
now?
3.
Okay.
Because remember, I fed at the start of this night.
Mm-hmm.
Way back when in session 1.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, it might go to 4 tomorrow.
Yeah, it's fine.
Hey, Mike.
I'd have to be feeding pretty quick.
That's fine. I got heard.
It's fine. And that's we're done. We're done here.
We're ending
Everyone's
here.
happy, right?
Yeah, currently, yes. When Victoria finds out more information, no.
Well, that's fine. That's for next week. That's a next week problem.
Me and Twitch chat had fun
That's a
conversations.
future Victoria problem.
Future
Yep.
Victoria problems. The coterie.
Great job, guys.
Great fun time.
No one got an extra trouble. I'm so proud of you. You actually got information. You're figuring stuff out.
Look at us.
Banging the prince.
Yeah, might have-
Look
You're
at
doing
us.
When
If I-
one of us makes the prince, we all bang the prince.
If I had more time with her being in trance and be like, we should We should call Samar.
That's for next week.
I did promise Samar interesting things.
You did. You promised her double creativity. We'll see.
What's more creative?
You got an in now.
What's more creative than Clan Toreador? I'm just saying. Just saying.
Great job, everybody. That was fun.
Just saying.
Props o'clock.
Props time.
Yay. Gonna start with Johan. Oh, there was a volunteer? Oh no.
I mean, I have one too, but I will wait and hope it doesn't get taken.
I will give props to Victorio for just continuing to double down at the end. That was hilarious.
I'm literally like, I didn't do anything all night. This is your chance.
Happening.
This is everybody else's chance. Thank you for the prop, friend.
I mean, you've been trying for 4 sessions. You got there.
Congratulations. Marvin.
I gotta go for Sophia. Sophia just sticking to the plan. And that gamble on, was it the sheriff? Because I was thinking it was going to be Casper. And then it was the sheriff. It was just like, I lost the coin flip.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Ulrich.
Yep, going with Victorio. Never backing down. Did not stop. Went for it. Sealed the deal. Go team.
All he wanted, man.
That's not true. It was the top of the list, but it's not all I wanted.
Sophia.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it to Johan. It was cool getting to see more of him and his immediate seneschal here. Nope, I don't like this. I don't know what's up. Those were good instincts. So
Thank you.
Yeah.
Perfect. Victorio.
Also, Johan.
Thank you.
Because straight up, we have danced around Gather. We have investigated a crime scene. We have done a whole bunch of stuff and gotten absolutely no actual answers. And Johan investigates one thing, is like, this stuff. It's like, good job, smart guy.
It turns out having 3 investigation is good for investigating.
Literally in chat is like the visions being described as like, Mount time is lit tonight, y'all. But hell yeah, thank you, Johan, for advancing actual plot and not just more of my personal plot.
Thank you.
Premonition. Premonition is great. And Jade.
Yeah, I would agree, Johan as well, for actually getting stuff done. Because the rest of us aren't doing a very good job of it.
Just interrogating cats.
Somebody's got to do it.
Just interrogating cats.
I'm starting to draw lines, but I'm not there yet.
You got somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll have to go back and rewatch the VOD so I can write all of it down.
Rewatch the VODs.
Yeah.
What a segue.
But where could you do such a thing? I don't know, maybe over on YouTube. YouTube has all of our previous episodes uploaded over there, as well as all of our other games. So please, if you're just like, what the hell is going on? Who is this trashy dude Victorio? What's the actual plot happening besides Victorio trying to just sleep with everyone? Go back into YouTube and you watch me try to sleep with everyone, as well as watch the rest of my coterie actually do work and try to figure stuff out.
Kinda.
I said try.
I have spleens.
He does have spleens. Yeah, you see that's the thing. Like I got to keep Johan happy. That way stuff gets figured out. He gets happy by spleens. I get happy by pretty people. I don't know. It's just how it works. But all that's over on YouTube. Again, we are taking signups for season 1 of 2024. Please head over to our Discord. Join us over there. Check the announcements. You'll find a link. And you can sign up for games there. And of course, as always, Patreon. If you want cool stuff themed around merch in the channel and things and the games and whatnot, consider subscribing to Patreon. We do merch bundles. You get free redeems. You get access to a private Discord channel in our Discord server. You could potentially get a free slot in a game where you don't have to bother with signups and hope that, you know, you beat people to the punches stuff. You can just be like, hey, I want to play in this. And that happens. And of course, YouTube credits. That's very important too. Those are all of our social medias. We will be back tomorrow at noon with Old Gods of Appalachia. They finally got done with Barlow, or the town that was once Barlow. And now they're making their way to another happy, wonderful place in the mountains of Appalachia where nothing bad will happen or be waiting there or anything. It's going to be a happy, fun time in Tipton, Tennessee. Nothing bad happens in Tipton, Tennessee. And Sunday, we have our Christmas special where I take all kinds of tropes and fun things of Christmas and make them awful and terrible and horrible. I played the most menacing NPC I've ever portrayed ever in last week's episode, which uploaded today on YouTube, wherein I was an elf on the shelf.
And I have no filter.
Those are the other games. But yes, so yeah, thank you so much. We had Sophia, portrayed by GDI Ainsley, myself, DM Daddy RPG, portraying Victorio, Johan, portrayed by Wormsmith, Marvin, portrayed by Glandizzle, Jade, portrayed by Chi Chai T, and Ulrich, portrayed by Styles08. And our storyteller was the ever lovely, ever awesome JenOfThieves. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Should we try to find somebody to raid?
Yeah, why not?
Why not? Why not? Pay it back.
Sounds
Pay
like a good idea.
Pay it forward. Responsible Twitch streamer and stuff. Tabletop RPG channel. Just tabletop RPGs. Lollygaggers. Yeah, mute. Stop it. Oh, let's see here. D in Denial, The Bleak Season, Defenders of Cobalt. No. That's Spanish there. There's gotta be somebody.
Oh, we've lost Glandizzle.
Are you just listening to my commentary as I look at other channels?
Nope.
Just being sus.
Dinner at Gamers and Best Days.
The Cyclops.
Okay, so is it slash raid or exclamation raid?
Yeah, slash raid.
Slash raid. The dinner and a king. Huh! This channel has followers, subscriber only. Cancel. I hate people that do that. Let's see here.
Is Lur doing anything?
Who?
Not this late.
Loading ready run. Oh.
Unless
Screw
they
it.
are.
Slash raid the lollygaggers. There we go. All right, get our bricks ready. And guys, thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. We will hopefully see you over this weekend, and if we don't, I hope you have a great rest of your weekend. Remember, Daddy loves you, 'cause I do. Bye.
So this round, you see him looking towards you.
Oh, they played Warhammer.
He's shaking a little bit. This round strikes him center mass and explodes his chest. But The explosion ripples through his body, and then you see his eye begin to glow, and his entire body explodes.
All right, good session, y'all.
Good set.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Keep her running.